Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy, Coach One Stack. Tapping in, man. I hope you guys are having a beautiful morning out here, man, in sunny Las Vegas. You know, guys, remember to like this channel, man. Smash that notification bell. You know, hit the like button. Share the video, man. You know, we're going to talk about accountability today. You know, guys, it's real easy. It's real easy to blame your shortcomings on everyone in this world. You know, it's easy to blame them on the father that wasn't present in your home, the mother that wasn't present in your home. Maybe you didn't have the most money when you was growing up. You know what I mean? Maybe you didn't have the best clothes. It's real easy to blame your shortcomings on that, you know. So, you know, because you didn't have this is why, you know, you chose to go in and out of the penitentiary so many times. Or this is why, you know, you might have got hooked on drugs, you know, or where you might have got hooked on any type of vices. It's real easy to point that blame, you know, but, you know, as they say, when one finger's pointing that way, it's three more because the thumb don't count. When you point one finger that way, it's three more pointing back at you. And, you know, a lot of times we fail to look in the mirror and understands we are not a victim of our circumstance. We are a victim of ourselves. Yeah, you know, let me break it down to you guys. When you were put in this world, when the good Lord brought you into this world, you were born pure. You didn't know right or wrong. You had not cursed yet. You had not put an illegal substance in your body. You had not seen anything that was not right. You didn't know how to lie. You didn't know how to lie. You didn't know how to do anything wrong. You were born pure. God made you pure. But it was over time from the things that you saw, the choices that you made, the experiences that you had. That's what shaped your life. You understand what I'm saying? People don't understand that. That's what shaped your life. Now, you could have grown up in a home where your parents, you know, were drug addicts, so to speak, and you watched them using drugs on a day-to-day basis. Well, you could have used that. You could use that as a reason to say, well, I saw my parents do it, so now I'm on drugs. Or you could use that as ammunition to say, you know what, I saw what that did to my parents. I'm not going down that road. I'm gonna stay away from this. You understand what I'm saying? Here's a real big one, you know, for the men out there. You know, when we're young men, I'm telling you, I'm somebody who I have my father to this day, and I have a great father. And my father was in the home. My parents were together for 35 years until my mom passed away 13 years ago. So what I'm saying is, like, my parents were in the home, and my parents never told me as a young man that I should only date one woman. Nobody ever taught me how to treat a woman. Nobody said that, you know, that you shouldn't be cheating. You know, amongst our peers as young men, that's what we get praised for, doing that, especially when we're younger. And when we're younger men, we praise each other. We sit back and talk about these things in private, you know, who we done smashed and who we cheating on, thinking that it's cool. But it's not until you really grow to be a man and you show some accountability in your life and realize that, you know, it's some of us men who's ruined some of these young queens out here. Because, man, these queens, man, when you get these young queens when they're young, I just said this in my last video, when somebody's young, their life is like a blank sheet of paper. You can write their story, you know. And some of us young kings, because we didn't know no better, we wrote some bitter chapters in some of these young ladies' story, which turned them into a bitter woman at a young age. And so we have to take accountability for that. I know I do. You know what I mean? You know, we have to take accountability. You know, so many times, and you see it all the time. And I'm gonna play the race card. Like I said, my parents are from the South. My parents picked cotton for two cents a pound in Louisiana. My dad is 71. My mother would have been 72. They picked cotton for 2 cents a pound in Louisiana. Their mother picked cotton for 2 cents a pound. Their grandmother and great grandmother and so on and so forth picked cotton for 2 cents a pound. Wasn't no inflation, wasn't no child labor laws. This is how they grew up. No inside plumbing. My parents didn't get inside plumbing until I believe my dad was in the 12th grade. My parents still had outhouses. You know what I mean? They still picked cotton. They didn't have wasn't no privacy in those 10 shacks in the woods. You know, everybody slept in one room around the heater. and wasn't no bathroom inside. You had a bucket that you would go use the restroom in if you had to go that bad in the middle of the night, because an outhouse was so far away from the house, you were gonna, the outhouse so far away from the house, you wasn't gonna walk out there in the middle of the night in the dark, because all the outhouse is a hole in the ground. You dig what I'm saying? Someone could probably jump up and get you. But I said to say this: my parents could use that card because they went to segregated schools. They had to drink from an all-black water fountain. They had to get on the back of the bus. They had to go to the back of the line to get their food. They could have used that as every excuse to say, well, the white man is keeping me down, so this is why I am. This is why I'm the way that I am. Well, no, they use that as fuel to be successful people. I've never grown up one day of my life poor. I don't come from the hood. I don't come from the streets. I don't come from that. I come from a middle class upbringing to a high class, upper middle class upbringing. You know what I'm saying? I've always lived in the suburbs, but I play in the streets. You dig? I hope y'all catch that. So you can use whatever you have been through as an excuse not to be great, not to be the best version of yourself. You can always talk about what you didn't have and who was not there, and if this person would have been there, I would have been. Well, guys, I don't know about you, but when a conversation gets to that woulda, coulda, shoulda, that's the lowest point of the conversation. It's time for Coach One Stack to do it moving, man. Because, man, I'm not gonna be a victim of my circumstances. It's a lot of adversity that I've been through in my life, but I face adversity head on. Matter of fact, I'll punch adversity in his face and get over him like I always do and keep pushing to be the best version of myself. But you guys need to start looking at your own situation and your own habits and take some accountability. How come it's not your fault that you gamble your money off and you don't have no money by the end of the month, and now you got to go beg, borrow, scrape, and steal to pay your bills, and now you got your family over here depending on you, because depending on you to make things right, but you done messed off the money, be it tricking with one of these women, sitting up OnlyFans, trying to smoke y'all a sack, buying a bottle, and your family need that money, or going out to buy y'all some Jordans. How come it can't be your fault? You're the one who did it. You should be accountable for your own actions. Why is it that when a lot of y'all men get caught cheating, and as soon as your woman asks you, well, why'd you do that? The first thing you say is, I don't know. Well, the thing is, you do know. You did it because you wanted to do it. That's being accountable for your actions. That's not trying to pump your chest out because you was cheating and make it seem like it's all that good. But somebody asks you, why did you do what you did? Well, because I wanted to do it. And now I want to fix it because I don't want you to feel like that anymore. You have to be able to own your stuff first and foremost to even know that you have to make a change. You can't make a change unless you own it. Why can't it be your fault? Why can't, when you showing up for late at work? See, I believe late is being there 10 minutes before you need to be there. To me, I consider that late. I'm everywhere I need to be 15 to 20 minutes before it starts. That's what I consider being on time. So why is it that when you're late to your job and your supervisor decides to write you up, fire you or whatever, why does it got to be everybody else's fault but yours? Matter of fact, why do some of y'all even throw other people under the bus when you do that? Saying, oh, well, Bobby, Joe, and Jerry, they be late all the time. You ain't say nothing to them. You shouldn't even be worried about them. You should be worried about your own situation and your own skin. Can you feel me? How come it can't be your fault? At what point do you take accountability for your life? When you look in the mirror and you got man boobs hanging up off you, right? Your breasts are bigger than a woman. You got to put on a bra. You're afraid to take your shirt off. How come you can't blame yourself? That's your fault. You're the one that overate. You're the one that don't know how to push away from the table. You're the one that lacks the discipline to get up and go inside this gym twice a day and make it happen. Like One Stack showing y'all too, And I hope to cut, and a lot of you young brothers that's on my, that I've been following, man, I hope to do a collab with y'all on these burpees, on this exercise, on this motivation. Hopefully we get some podcasts together because we got a lot to say. But guys, how come it can't be your fault? See, throughout this world, man, if you look at the state that the world is in right now, everybody's pointing fingers, these different presidents, electees, and, this is what y'all should be worried about. Y'all should be worried about this election type stuff. That's what you should be worried about. You should be accountable to voting. That's what you need to be worrying about. Because don't y'all know this election will change the whole course of the world? See, y'all don't hear me though, man. Take some accountability for that. See, as soon as you learn how to take accountability for every decision that you have made, good or bad, your life will drastically change. Because here's the correct response. I did that because I wanted to do it. And now I don't want to do that no more. I want to fix it. That's how you be accountable. But stop blaming everybody else for your shortcomings. Stop blaming your situation and your upbringing for your shortcomings. Well, Coach One Stack, you ain't never been poor like me. You don't know how it is. No, I don't know what it's like to go without food at nighttime. I really don't. I don't know what it's like. But y'all don't know what it's like to go through some of the things that I've been through. A lot of y'all couldn't walk 10 steps in a pair of my shoes, and I got about 200 pair of shoes. You couldn't take one step in my shoes because of the things I've been through. Some of the things that I've been through, which I'm accountable for, man, it would make most men, it would drive them mentally insane or delete themselves. See? So you can't judge what, hey, One Stack, you got both your parents in the house. You don't know how it is. Well, yeah, but I come from a household of not talking. I didn't come from a household of watching parents show affection and saying, oh, well, how was your day, honey? Hey, I love you. Here, come give me a big hug. How was your day? I ain't never seen none of that in my household. You know what I'm saying? But what do I do? I give it to my daughter. I give it to everybody else around me because I wanted to do something different. See, I'm accountable for myself. I see something that maybe I did not necessarily agree with, or something that I wanted to change. And so now I'm a grown man. I have the power to change it. Or I can sit around and play the woe is me card like a lot of y'all do, like a lot of y'all do, man. Get that consultation. See, that's your first step to being great. Getting that consultation with me, because that's when I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. That's when a stranger is going to let you know what your problem is. So you can't have thin skin. But if you're not willing to invest in yourself, why should I? Why should I invest in you? A small, and I ain't here trying to get y'all money and stuff. I'm trying to teach you how to think on a higher level, man. In order, if you want to have a t-shirt business, you got to do what? You need to go invest your knowledge into somebody that's good at making the t-shirts that you want, to get you the best quality, to get the best manufacturer, and then so you can now get your bulk order in. You got to pay for that. You're paying for the game. So why would you bump your head and you don't have to? See, only a fool sits and bumps their head if they don't have to. See, but you have to be accountable for that. See, a lot of y'all not accountable. So yeah, guys, hey man, follow me on IG. Follow me on IG. It's going to be at Coach. No, it's going to be at the @ then ATMYBEST LLC. So it's going to be at the @ then at my best LLC. That's my IG. My IG is the same as my YouTube name, at my best LLC. Follow me on Instagram, guys. Post that good content. Give me them good vibes, man. Be accountable. Man, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share the love, guys. Because, man, Coach One Stack love you. I just want you to build your esteem of self through thinking. In order to do that, you first got to keep it real with you. You have a beautiful morning.